Did I say that?
Like, do I sound like that? Like, oh my, oh yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised in what I say. I'm just like, I'm surprised in like how I sound.
You are not surprised at all by what you say.
No.
But anyway, we've digressed long enough, I guess.
Digressy.
We've digressied long enough. Hey everybody, Dan here. I just wanted to say very quickly, this episode was recorded before the Warriors won their third title. I don't think our analysis really changes at all because we pretty much expected that would happen. But more importantly, this episode was also recorded before Brian Colangelo resigned as the GM of the 76ers and his wife admitted to running those fake Twitter accounts. Same thing, I don't think our analysis really changes a whole lot based on that, and I think the segment is still worth a listen. So, yeah, I'll leave you to it. Dan out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all around the world, we bring you another ripping edition of the Dan vs. D Sports and Stuff podcast. Our initials DVD, as in DVD player. I'm your player, D with 2 E's, and always beside me, always on the right for some reason, D.
On his right, radio left, is Dan with an A-N.
Yep, there you go.
It's great to be back with all of you again.
Almost spelled your name out. So I said D with the A-N, but that's your bit.
Oh man. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, this episode is just going to be entirely about J.R. Smith.
Man, not entirely, but...
This is going to be the ballad of J.R. Smith.
Man. It's like, is he singing now? Is that like when he does like a hip-hop career?
Oh, man.
Or no, he sings opera. No, he sings R&B, rhythm and blues, because he must have the blues.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, J.R. Smith. Like, that's a good start. Actually, yesterday...
I totally knew the score. That's the name of the lead single.
Yesterday, I actually put that image of LeBron just outstretch his arms and just stared at J.R. Smith. So that's overtaking the Nakamura, doing the growing shot of AJ Styles. So that's my wallpaper for right now. I might switch back and forth, but that's my wallpaper right now.
I can't even. We'll get into that in more detail as we kind of deep dive into that topic, but this is like heaven for me. Like the two greatest sports stories of this year maybe have happened in like the last week, and I just cannot get enough of both of them. And one is going to die very quickly, and I feel like the other one, i.e. Brian Colangelo, is going to drag on for quite a while.
When I look at that name, like from a distance, it looks like Cologne.
Brian Cologne. Bartolo's cousin.
Yes.
But anyway, what else has been going on? Oh, the NBA Finals are going on, I guess. And
I kind of wish that the Celtics or the Rockets won one of those conference final series, just to add a little flair to it.
That would have been nice. So we recorded we recorded during Game 2 of Celtics Cavs. Was that what it was?
Yeah. That was so cool.
So I guess we should recap what happened.
They took a 2-0 lead, then they gave up 2, and then they won at home, and then they won at home, and then the Celtics missed a bunch of shots and blew it at home.
And that's the interesting thing, is that both conference... Not conference. Do they call it conference?
Conference finals.
Both conference finals ended almost the exact same way.
Like two teams stinking up the joint?
You had each team... You had the Celtics and the Rockets, respectively, each shooting something like 18% from 3. And the Rockets in particular missed 27 threes in a row. Which, if it were not for literally the two best sports stories of the year, that would have been our lead topic on this show, would have been what the fuck happened to the Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, like,
but
I liked how, like, I saw, like, on the comment section of YouTube, and, like, the Celtics, like, with them missing a bunch of shots, and then someone put, for the Rockets, hold my beer.
Oh, for real.
Because, like, what's interesting, man, like, I believe I saved it to my favorites, is, like, go back to that video of all, like, the video of, like, just a compilation of all those missed 27 straight 3-point field goals, and look at the score of the Warriors as they missed those shots in a row. It just seemed like they missed, and every miss, the Warriors just score is just going up and up and up and up, and you just see the collapse. It's like looking at, like, a virtual live action flip book. You know those flip books you used to have back in the day? And you just flip the pages and it would just do like a motion all throughout. It was like that with the scoreboard. It just, if you could just take one of those, like, those flip books of all those screenshots of those misses, and you just see the Warriors score just go up by like 20, 30 points, while the Rockets score stays about almost this, like, it just incrementally increases because they actually managed to get, putbacks and 2-point field goals. So I don't know, man. Like, and Reggie Miller was like, I think it was Reggie Miller, or was like just cringing at just how many missed shots it was. Like,
it was just like, with every brick, it was just this like thunderous sound. Dum, dum.
Oh, it's like Lakers and Celtics in the NBA playoffs?
Yeah, it was just like, man, those guys just could not.
Can you imagine being a fan, like being a Rockets fan during that night?
I mean, it was kind of... I mean, I was a Celtics fan, and the Celtics weren't nearly as bad, but...
But they don't really... they've kind of been, like, suspect with their shooting anyway, because they're missing, like, their top 2 stars.
Not like that, though. They played decent offense basically through the entire rest of the playoffs, other than that.
They really needed, like, basically a guy that could, like, just, like, bear his head down and just go to the hoop.
They needed... that was a winnable game. They just needed a scorer.
They needed Kyrie.
They needed someone who
at least needed Eric Gordon, man.
They needed somebody who can go, give me the damn ball, I'm going.
Well, Keyshawn Johnson? You knew I was going to say that, didn't you?
Of course.
I need to get that book sometime, because that sounds like an interesting read.
But I kind of went nuts on social media that night just because I was, like, bored lying in bed and I had nothing but my phone and Twitter, and so I just kept tweeting over and over again.
I think it was, like, the last minute. I took my tablet. Either I cut it off. No, I think I went on Twitch. I went somewhere else because I was watching the game through my tablet. I went somewhere else that wasn't TNT because I was, like, extremely depressed.
It was really, really hard.
And okay. There was nothing that Chris Paul could have done about it.
At one point, I tweeted out that night just 6-38, which stands for 6 of 38, which is what the Rockets were shooting from 3 at that point.
Man, that's horrible.
2 different teams. Hey, we have a pretty good chance to win as long as we don't brick 35 threes. Oh, my Teams laughs nervously.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Ouch.
It's awful. It's
absolutely awful.
It was really, really difficult to watch, and we got the matchup that nobody wanted.
Fourth year in a row?
Yeah. Now, how? Here's a question. Do you think Cavs fans were, like, excited for this series at all? Because, like,
excited that they were there, because, like, Cleveland doesn't have a whole lot to cheer for.
Well, like, knowing that several things are going to happen. One, obviously, they're not going to win.
Get obliterated.
2, everyone is going to, like, once again be questioning LeBron's legacy or some bullshit. You know what I mean? He will never be fully appreciated because of the number of NBA finals he has lost. Not due to his own fault, but because his teams have sucked so bad.
Is it because, like, they want to say, hey, LeBron was, like, Le GM or something? They'll lean on that?
I mean, I wonder, but I don't know. It just seems like there's always going to be the like, Jordan arc had so much, like, narrative consistency to it that he like struggled early in his career.
Yeah, because he didn't have Pippen back then.
And then they built a team around him,
Scottie,
and then he never lost in the finals.
I love Scottie Pippen. Like, I'm a fan of Scottie Pippen's nose. He just had like that big like honker that was just his trademark, man.
Scottie Pippen's nose, James Harden's face.
I mean, but Scottie Pippen, like, I love Scottie Pippen. Like, of course I love Michael Jordan more, but definitely was a close second, Scottie Pippen. Maybe because of his name, Scottie Pippen. Like, I mean, and he could score the rock and everything, and play great defense. And plus he had like that little high, like the high top fade. Like, yes.
There aren't many NBA players who share a name with a Lord of the Rings character.
Pippen,
as I think we've previously discussed.
Man, but man, like that was a team there. Like Scottie Pippen was like Kyrie Irving before Kyrie Irving, except he wasn't a point guard. He was like a small forward. Yeah,
but. Yeah, good stuff. I claimed that night that I wasn't going to watch the NBA Finals, and I guess I'm a hypocrite because I definitely watched a little bit of games 1 and 2. I knew you was going to watch
it. You're a dude, and 2, it was sports. You can't have a dude not watch sports unless sports is not your thing.
Okay, I will definitely say last night, obviously this episode is not going to come out today, so... This would have been. We were recording this the day after Game 2 of the finals.
So Sunday. It was like what, the 3rd?
Yeah.
3rd.
Last night, I definitely, because the Red Sox were on Sunday Night Baseball last night, I was definitely flipping back and forth and predominantly watching baseball.
Or what you could have did was like have it on your TV, and then you kind of look like the Quaker Oats guy in a way. I like
with
that.
The monocle.
Yes. And then you could have like your tablet, like if you had the your cable app.
Yeah, I guess I could have done Watch ESPN
That's what I do. Or you put on your laptop. That's what I do. Like have like that have Spectrum, and then like, or if I'm watching Twitch or whatever. That's why I like my monitors, like the dual monitors set up, because I can like watch a couple things at once. It's really cool. I can't go back.
I used to do that with, not so much anymore, because usually if I have something on, I'm probably on my computer trying to get work done or something. But
it's like, it's so revolutionary now. Remember back in the day, you only had like that one big TV in like the living room. And you had to fight your family members like to see what what you wanted to watch. Like your dad wanted to watch the sports, or maybe you wanted to watch Star Trek. Maybe your sister wanted to watch like something completely diverse from those things, and your mom wanted to watch this, and it's just like a battle royale, like a 4-member battle royale, and whoever got the remote won. But now you can watch it like on your tablet, your phone. One of the commercials I've seen lately in Spectrum is like, or you can watch TV on TV, and these kids like, ugh, who watched TV on TV? Weird. Because they were like watching it on their phone or tablets or their laptops, and they weren't really watching the cable on their TV. That's where we are as a society now. We don't we don't normally like sit down and watch, sit down in front of the television anymore.
Yeah.
We have like new means of doing that, and if we can't make a show, we either catch it on Hulu or we'll catch clips on YouTube.
And as I'm thinking about it, like, I do sit down in front of the TV and like turn it on, but usually it's only for like a few minutes when I get home from work, and then I immediately get up. And
I honestly think TV is more of like a novelty or a spectacle. It's like when you and Casey came over to like my mom's house and we watched the Super Bowl. That's what I think of when you have like large gatherings watching TV. I think that's what TV has basically been reduced to now. It's more of like a gathering type of device now. Like it caters to like a big gathering.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Thinking of like the very like 70s, 80s image of like a person alone with a TV dinner in front of their TV. It was called a TV dinner. There you go. But every night, it's interesting how different that is now, because
everybody's on the go now, and we have more power. Like, we have so much power in the palm of our hands now with our phones. Like, just take out your phone, man. I mean, this thing here, like, it's so powerful. if you put the wrong message on your Facebook or the wrong message on Twitter, you're probably going to be in a maximum security prison.
I swear I'm not a Nazi, you guys.
That is power. That is enough to get it could like be the biggest success story for you, or you could do something that can ruin your life. That's a lot of power, and that's a lot of responsibility.
Or in some cases, get you elected president.
Maybe. I mean, hey, I'm not touching that. But
we don't have to stay on that.
Nope.
But anyway, yeah, it's interesting the way that's changed, and I don't know. I get annoyed when people, like, I remember a former coworker telling me that, like, he had, like, a family gathering at his house for, like, a bunch of people in his extended family, and he put a bowl out on the counter and made everyone put their phones in it so that they wouldn't be on their phones all night. And I hate that so much.
Well, I actually, the kind of counter that, like, I don't like the approach, but I like the mindset behind it. I like what he's trying to do, but I don't like the approach.
Well, I agree with the idea that, like, if you go to, like, a party or a family gathering, you shouldn't be on your phone all night. But to me, that's more like you're being rude rather than you should force everyone to do that.
So you're dictating somebody's fun or experience, right?
Yeah, because, like, you know, I don't know. I've had many times in my life, and again, maybe I'm just younger and I have a different perspective on that, but I've had many times in my life where I have, you know, pulled out my phone to look something up.
Yeah.
Or to show someone something, or, you know what I mean? It's a tool just like anything else. I think the people who make the apps bear some responsibility for the fact that they've intentionally used all of these psychological tricks to make them more addictive. Just like with Facebook, where that little red icon that pops up when you have a notification, I compulsively click on it every single time. I cannot stop.
Man,
you know, but
you want to speak of like being addicted to something, like, yeah, have you ever played like a freemium game that you got addicted to?
Playing a little bit. I've been good at least about not spending money on those.
Yeah, I didn't spend money, but like I remember grinding a lot of time in it. I discovered this game years ago. I think it was like when I first got like a smartphone, and I found a game called, it was like Samurai vs. Zombies 3. And I was just playing and stuff. And
sounds like a AAA title right there.
It's not, but man, like I got addicted to it, and like I didn't like buy anything, but it was right there, and you're looking at it. Sometimes you're like, should I pay real money to get these gold coins? No, I shouldn't, because I'm broke. I was a broke college student at the time. And I was like, okay, but I just kept playing the game, and like I was a little upset when I couldn't play the game and stuff. And then eventually, my interest just fizzled out, because I think I ended up getting like an Xbox One.
You also realize eventually that it's just literally impossible to like beat the game.
Yeah, and then you play, and then you have multiplayer, and you play against somebody who's obviously spent money on the game and just destroys you. So it's not an even playing field.
Yeah.
I think we're digressing, but
way off topic.
I love it though. Like we're trying to put more. I personally would like to put more emphasis on the end stuff. I feel like we've always focused on the sports. We need to have like an episode where the sports is like a little bit, and then like the stuff, it could be like, you know, music and stuff, like your realm.
Some music happens here.
Ding ding ding.
Wait, hold on.
Ding ding ding.
Are you trying to do the Seinfeld theme?
No, like it was like that. Dun dun dun.
Oh.
There it is. You should like just keep your like guitar for like the rest of this episode.
Okay. This will be like one of those old like troubadour shows where the guy plays guitar and tells you a story.
You can like exercise your inner Drake Bell.
This will be like an NPR special.
Damn, damn. I just said damn. Did he fall off?
I know.
It's like Josh Peck was making moves and like Drake just like he was like doing like celebrity like high diving or something. Yeah.
How is that even a thing? Celebrity high diving?
It was a show on ABC, I believe.
Wow.
Like, I think like for people wanting to hang on to their 15 minutes, man. Like, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about earlier the spectrum of like how like all the steps of like the decline of a pitcher, where it's like pitching well, demotion to bullpen, minor league contract. I feel like that there's like a similar set of steps for the decline of a celebrity.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's like
absolutely
film star, sitcom star, reality star, and then whatever that is.
And then like the inverse for like someone who starts on like on the internet, YouTube star, then they get like a web series,
Viner.
Then they get like a TV show, and then it goes right back down.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Fred got his own TV show, the one that had that weird squeaky voice. That was altered, obviously.
You know whose reality show I'd watch?
Huh.
Motherfucking J.R. Smith's. That's whose.
Woo! That's not a reality. That's a nightmare.
It's an altered reality show.
Man. Man. Like, it's... For me, I can see how someone can make that mistake, but if you're on a LeBron James team and the margin for error is like super duper slim playing against the Super Warriors, that mistake can't be made. And the thing was, that moment could have been non-existent altogether, because remember the KD charge that was overturned.
Yeah.
And then he hit both free throws. Remember when Steph Curry got the 3-point play and went up one? Remember when George Hill hit the first free throw to tie it? What if he hits that free throw? So it was a lot. Like obviously that was a big gaffe, but there was a lot of steps that led to that probably shouldn't have got to that point in the first place. It doesn't excuse of him making like the most boneheaded move of the NBA season by a clear country mile.
Of several seasons, I think.
Yes, but that was like it just took a lot of like little mini like gaffes and like unfortunate events to get to that one. So
yeah, I think that's fair.
If those things if some of those things happen, then we wouldn't be talking about that because it wouldn't exist if you're talking about a parallel universe. But it did exist, and it gave me one of the greatest still images ever of LeBron James stretching his arms out, like pointing at him and just staring at him. And his mouth is just wide open. He's like, dude, what the heck?
You know what?
Just watch the clip. It's just amazing when you see like LeBron's like just frantically pointing to the basket. And then JR didn't even try to hoist the ball up. He passed the ball when it was basically like 0.3 seconds left. Right? Wait, oh no. What is this?
Okay, here's LeBron holding spaghetti and meatballs for some reason.
And J.R. Smith's holding a baguette?
I want to find the real picture, though, is the problem. Okay, here we...
Yes!
That also looks a little warped, but...
That's
anyway.
the one I use for, I think that's the one I use for my wallpaper, actually.
But it was very important. I think we just need to have this up on the screen while we're talking about it. But, okay, so there's other aspects to this, because I think the context is what makes this funny. So...
Might I digress a sec and just see just how, like, freaking toned and, like, strong, like, LeBron's arms are when he just outstretched them? I'm like, I would never have arms like that. That's a beast.
I don't even think my legs are that muscular. I don't think I, like, have the muscle mass in my entire body that his arms have.
Man.
But, okay, so, like, I think in a lot of situations like this, context is what makes something funny. So, like, think about, like, Bartolo Colon's home run. So, that's funny.
What's his name? What do they call him? Big Sexy?
Yeah. So...
I like that.
So, like, that's funny. Pitchers hit home runs all the time. It's funny because Bartolo Colon, to put it kindly, does not look like a professional athlete. And
he just knows how to play the game.
And it really is largely because of that and because of his kind of unflappable personality that he's become like a folk hero, and why that moment was so cathartic for Mets fans who adopted him as one of their own.
I forgot like how he ran and threw across the bases. That had to be fun to just witness him like just chugging along the bases.
He took the longest home run trot I've just ever seen, and not necessarily because videos of him chasing down runners. He's actually pretty fast. Like he probably is a faster runner than I am.
I think he I think when it came to that home run though, he kind of treated it like a piece of filet mignon. He savored that piece. Oh
hell yeah!
Because he had never crushed a home run before, had he, in the league?
No, and I mean obviously he never will again because he's playing for an AL team now. But the point being is that like context is what makes things funny. So like, how would you describe J.R. Smith's personality? Because, like, I've been struggling for the right words to describe the vibe I get from him, but it's a very specific vibe.
Nonchalant.
Yeah, there's a little bit of, like, almost like a space cadet-y kind of vibe to him.
He's there. Like, I haven't really paid much attention to his antics and whatnot, or his personality, but he just seemed like he's just there.
Yeah, he's the guy that kind of... And I mean, part of that is like how you succeed as an athlete, right? Is that you don't let shit bother you. Like he did not care that like the Warriors fans were chanting MVP at him last night.
Oh, that's what they were doing?
Yeah. Anytime J.R. Smith touched the ball, they chanted MVP, which is just fantastic.
I mean, have you looked him in the face or see his eyes like during the games?
Sorry, I took a very poor moment to take a swig of beer there.
No, it's good. Like, but it just looked like he's just emotionless.
He's very stoic, maybe you.
Yeah. Like, and for me, I like guys who like who have that type of energy, who have who have like a lot of energy and whatnot, who are animated. I guess because that's more exciting to watch. But it's just like when I see J.R. Smith, it's just like,
Yeah,
it's just kind of boring,
and I think it's a fair point because like, rightly or wrongly, like that does his kind of on court persona does affect the way people perceive him, and coupled with the fact that like he's never seen a 3-point attempt that he didn't like.
It also looks like he just in this photo. It just kind of looks like he just standing there, just taking like it just looks like he just kind of doesn't care either.
He's just like, what?
and LeBron looks like he's getting ready to like the way his arms are stretched out. If he was like within reaching distance of him at the time, it looked like he was about to choke him. Like, I mean, it's just like it was frustrating because your best player is playing the game of his life, and it ends. And the game didn't end there, but it basically was like the kiss of death because that was when the Warriors just ran roughshod on them.
They clearly, as like a team, looked kind of psychologically broken after that.
It makes me think of what it makes me think of. Well, to a lesser degree, it makes me think of, but this moment actually is much bigger than this one. Remember when Miami had like originally they had declared like that was an incomplete pass and they had won against Ohio State and they were raining the confetti and everything, and then the referee was like, "Nope, that was pass interference."
Oh,
that was the team with Maurice.
The Phantom call.
Yeah, and that was that was with Maurice Claret. He was on that team.
Oh snap!
And that's when they lost. They lost because they celebrate and they're like. You knew they checked out because it's like, yo, we have to play more football, but we won the game. But this referee says no. And then they had to go back and play the rest of the game. And that's what made me think of in the overtime. they had the game. They had the chance to steal game one. But when they didn't do it in regulation, it gave a team that you shouldn't give new life to new life. Because once you do, they're gonna blow you. They will blow you out afterwards.
The Warriors already have plenty of new life just at the beginning of a game. It's enough of an ask just to beat them in 48 minutes.
Now let me ask you something though. Would the Warriors still be the Warriors if KD didn't sign with them? They'll still be stuck with Harrison Barnes. I love Harrison Barnes. He played for Carolina.
It's an interesting question because they offered. So what set all of this in motion is Steph's ankles, because obviously he didn't sign a max contract. He was signed pretty cheaply and Clay was signed pretty cheaply, so they were able to go out and add KD when Harrison Barnes walked away from the contract they offered him and signed with...
They actually gained more than they lost, to be honest.
Yeah.
He was still a good player, but he did not have the consistency like KD does.
Yeah.
Or the intangibles that KD does.
But it's an interesting question. I mean, I still think they would be an amazing team.
They'll be in the finals, but they wouldn't be blowing people out.
Well, it would just be a team that's significantly more reliant on, like, the old school Splash Brothers, you know?
Like, for me, if you take KD off of this team, we're talking at least 6 games for this finals. We're not talking about getting the brooms.
Yeah, I think that's fair, because this particular team, I think because of the KD contract and because they're right up against it, you take away Andre Iguodala for these last few games, and their bench looks real thin. It's basically like Sean Livingston and some guys.
Sean Livingston's actually... Freaking JaVale McGee was balling last night. I haven't heard his name in months.
Hard to see. It's
I don't really watch the Warriors because it's like, spoiler alert, I win. It's like John Cena, like a John Cena match.
Also, during the regular season, their games start at 10:30 at night.
Oh yeah,
so there's that. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the finals is probably not going to be as entertaining as that one moment. But
this magic moment,
like
that 30 for 30.
I really feel like this image that we have on the screen here in front of us,
that sums up all the fans right now.
Hands.
That sums up basketball fans.
In my opinion, this image is going to live on long beyond even LeBron's career. Like, this is unfortunately one of the indelible images and moments of his career. And unfortunately, and again, I don't think it's really not fair to heap all of this on J.R. Smith because he's generally been a good player in his career, but you know what I mean?
Has he been a great player though?
No. Yeah. But it's just emblematic of what this run in Cleveland has been for him, and his first run in Cleveland too, the kind of garbage team that he got to the finals in 2007 that just got destroyed by San Antonio.
What was it, like Daniel Gibson and
Boobie Gibson.
Yeah, Boobie Gibson.
Zydrunas
Mo Williams. Zydrunas Ilgauskas. I love that name.
Was Larry Hughes on that team too?
I think so.
Oh my God.
Was it Drew Gooden on that team too?
Oh my God, he was.
With the ball guy.
Man, that team was not very good.
But they still won games.
I just remember
they still won games. If you take that team and you put against this Cavs team, would this current Cavs team smoke that 2007 Cavs?
Oh yeah. I think LeBron is probably better now. If it's just you gotta win one game and LeBron has an unlimited theoretical amount of time to prepare for that one game, then he's gonna win the game.
Who was the coach though for that year for the 2007 Cavs?
That was when oh god damn it, what's the guy? He's the assistant coach of the Warriors now, and he coached the Warriors while Steve Kerr was had the back surgery or whatever.
Mike Brown?
Yes.
That's right, remember? Mike Brown. Yeah, I see Mike Brown.
He was the Cleveland coach all those
years. I can't forget that trademark look, those glasses and that shiny bald head.
It was a very signature look.
Dude, he coached the Lakers for a bit.
He did?
Yeah, I think Luke Walton replaced him or something the following year. No, I think he got fired and then there was an interim coach.
Lakers are trying to copy us by hiring a cool young guy as their coach.
But Brad Stevens though is the GOAT. Yeah.
I don't know if I call him the GOAT, but he's maybe a lion.
He's top 3. He's top 3.
Maybe he's like a mountain goat.
Yeah, man.
Although I guess mountain goats are way cooler than regular goats.
I don't know what a mountain goat is, man. Yeah, but
they're goats, but they live on mountains.
But I would still say though, like I'm just gonna digress a sec. But I'm just gonna show love for Eric Spoelstra when he like pulled LeBron, Wade, and Bosh together and coached them.
He's also done a really good job with the like post Big Three teams.
I mean, hey man,
especially given that like
also he's got Pat Riley to guide him too, man.
Yeah,
Pat Riley, man.
But I mean, like he's done a like legit, really good like the teams like in recent years with like Dion Waiters and Hassan Whiteside. Essentially, like the ghost of Dwayne Wade, but not actually Dwayne Wade.
Is Dwayne Wade like a geriatric now? No, that's Dirk Nowitzki. Never mind. That's Dirk. That's Dirk.
Yeah, poor Dirk. Dirk was great for a long time though.
If they get swept with this image, just like. Could you like Photoshop or have somebody Photoshop like a broom or something?
I mean, I think you can, if you just look closely, you can see a broom in the corner of the image sneaking towards you.
I like this, like the one of the stories, like it was like from 30 for 30, like this magic moment when they do like the chronicles of like the Orlando Magic back when they had Shaq and Penny Hardaway, and when they went to the finals against Houston. And, like, they had... Oh, okay. Bigger gaffe now than this. Nick Anderson. He missed 4 straight free throws. They had the lead by... They were up by 3. He missed 2 straight free throws. Got the offensive rebound. Got fouled. Missed a pair more. They called a timeout, got the half court inbounds, hit a 3, went into overtime, beat them. And that's what led to the train of them just falling, eventually going, like, just losing 4-0. I will put that gap bigger than this.
So that was in a game 1?
Yes.
I was not an NBA fan back then. I
only knew about that because I watched that 30 for 30. But Nick Anderson is probably the biggest NBA gaffe I've ever seen in a finals game, because that set the tone for the rest of the series, and I think that is setting the tone for this series. That was one play. This was 4 straight missed free throws that could have iced the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's been bigger gaffes. That one at least ranks higher. Will definitely rank higher than that one. But the story I was gonna say is, after, like, when they were on the bus and they were riding out, people like from Houston had the brooms and they were just sweeping their bus windows, just getting the sweeps.
I will say, like, this is one of those things where, like, when you think about, like, what could have happened in that moment, so, okay, if JR knows what the score is, and he rebounds the ball, and then he just
put it up,
tosses it up, and then he bricks it, the same result, the game goes to overtime. You know what I mean? There's maybe, a 30-40% chance that JR makes that shot. So, in terms of, like, what happens in the greater universe, nothing changes.
Yeah, but
it's entirely just the mental, you know what I mean? So it's not like the Cavs were down by 1 and that definitively one mistake made them lose the game.
But for me, it's like, if he would have put the shot up, he would have at least got the "at least you tried" award.
Right. He would not be remembered forever in this amazing...
Oh, he's going down in infamy, man.
So it's just worth considering that, I mean, like so many different things, ultimately, like, it's never just the one thing, and the one thing usually doesn't matter as much as you think.
It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
The Steve Bartman play, if I remember right, I might have to look this up because I can't remember, but the Steve Bartman, the Cubs gave up like 4 or 5 runs after the Steve Bartman play.
Like, you can make a case for momentum, but come on, they just didn't make the plays.
What if Moises Alou had just dropped the ball there? Now, he would be Oh, you mother... You were not allowed to eat that.
Sorry, we have a cat, just, trying to, eat a disc? Like a
video game box. I bought it with the box for a reason, so I could have the box. Wow. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, point being is, I can't take credit for making this connection, because I think that was Brian Windhorst on the ESPN basketball show, but he compared it to Bill Buckner. If Bill Buckner...
times it better?
No, if Bill Buckner fields that ball and gets the out, it's a tie game. The Red Sox meltdown had already occurred at that point.
Oh, okay.
The Red Sox were up 5-2 going into the ninth inning. I think it was 5-2. I can't remember now, but they were up by 3 runs. And their closer gave up 3 runs, and then obviously the error scored the winning run. But, you know what I mean? They were already in the midst of a meltdown at that point.
Dang.
No one remembers who the fuck Alvin Schiraldi was.
Wow, dude. Oh,
but, that's just how those things go. Or, case in point, if you go back to the Aaron Boone game, where Grady Little didn't take Pedro out. Same sort of situation, right? It's entirely, he should have taken him out because third time through the order penalty and stuff, but, you really never know. I guess Mike Timlin and Alan Embry were both good at that point, but still. Anyway.
I have a question for you now. So I remember I was asking you about would the Warriors be as good, if even without KD?
Yes.
Now, here's my question. Would KD even have went to the Warriors if the Cavaliers didn't embarrass the Warriors and beat them coming back from 3-1? Coming back from 1-3 and beating them for that championship, given LeBron's one and only championship with Cleveland? Can you if you rewind that and the Warriors end up beating them, then they wouldn't have no reason to get KD.
Well, hold on. So what you're saying,
that would change the narrative, I think.
You're saying the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead?
That's what the history books say.
No, but
I'm not going to milk that because I'm just saying, hey, I can't say much because Pagers blew a perfect season. Yeah, so I can't speak.
I just liked those jokes. They were fun in their day.
And then also the Falcons blew a 25-point lead.
The Falcons definitely blew a 25-point lead.
Dang.
28-3, motherfucker.
Dang.
No, but so your question is if the Warriors won, we'll even just say the Warriors won game
So basically, if they won all the straight championships, these last few years, would there even be a space for Kevin Durant? Because there really wouldn't, because they really got him, so they would have a better finisher to close games out, so that way they wouldn't blow leads like that again.
Well, counterpoint.
Okay.
One could argue that what truly set Kevin Durant leaving Oklahoma City in motion was
he couldn't beat the Warriors.
Was the series against the Warriors where Oklahoma City was up 3-1 and then they blew a 3-1 lead, and that's how the Warriors even got to the finals that year. And people have said that is a huge part of why it was his experience in those 3 games that convinced Kevin Durant that he could not win with that team.
But for me, it takes 2 to tango. That's on his side, but it also takes the Warriors to want to throw a crap ton of money at him, be on his team, be on their teams. But if they have won that championship that year as well, then they really wouldn't have no need for Kevin.
See, that's where I disagree, because I think you always are trying to improve regardless of whether you've won or not.
How can you improve if you've already won the championship? Especially if you win it a couple years running.
Look at the Astros. The Astros won the World Series, and they went, screw it. Let's just go get Garrett Cole. And they literally have 5 guys in their starting rotation who are all pitching like number ones right now.
Because
why not?
When you win, you do to get to your point on that. When you win, when you're a winner, people want to play for a winner.
I think in other sports it's way harder to do because the kind of first cycle of Patriots championships, each successive year they had more talent stripped away both from their coaching staff and the roster. Deion Branch left and signed a big free agent contract.
He went to Seattle or
after
something.
He was the Super Bowl MVP, and it's happening with this team too, where they lost.
We lost Amendola to Miami.
We lost players.
We lost Butler to Tennessee.
We
lost Deion Lewis to Tennessee.
Good on Butler because good
on Deion Lewis too.
But Matt Patricia, who the fuck knows what's going on with that?
They said he isn't gonna be disciplined. I think I saw.
Yeah. But anyway, we don't have to go there right now.
Yeah,
but,
that was messy.
But and then that weird situation with Big Daniels. Did we ever even cover that on this show?
Oh, when he reneged on the Colts and just went back to the Patriots, and he just left his coaching staff that he hired out to dry, just to basically rot with the Colts along with their bad offensive line.
There had to be some sort of Josh McDaniels woke up.
Irsay must have said something stupid, man.
Josh McDaniels must have woken up in his Indianapolis hotel room that morning, and there was just a dead horse head in the bed with him, like in The Godfather.
Or he might have caught Irsay doing blow or something.
He accidentally saw Irsay in the shower.
Nah, but Irsay might have said something stupid, and he was like, you know what? I'm going back to the Patriots.
I think Bill did something.
I really do. Bill's always doing something, but we won't know about it. Yo, what if he's secretly a mob boss? Because he would be a perfect mob boss because he don't talk. You don't know what his moves or you don't know what his current move or his next move is going to be or his next 10 moves are going to be. I mean, and he's all about the money.
In another life,
man, can you imagine being a mob boss?
I'm convinced that in another life, Bill Belichick was a great Roman emperor. You know what I mean? He has the personality type, and even if in just this life he had chosen politics instead of football,
yeah,
he would have done some shit. I mean, I guess not any worse than what's going on right now, but you know what I mean?
His hair would be better, at least.
It's true. But we don't really have to. We don't really have to speculate about what President Bill Belichick would be like. But you never know.
Tom Brady would be the vice president.
A lot of people have speculated that Tebow might want to go into politics eventually.
You know what? And he would win. He honestly, dude.
Tebow could be elected president of the United States if he wanted.
He could easily.
That would be so incredibly easy. Anyway, we don't have to go there. That is a very strange topic, and I don't know why that's what I was thinking about. But anyway, I guess that's If we're meandering this badly, I guess we're done with J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith, shake it off, but I think your Cavs are doomed because y'all just played just a superior team.
All right.
What we were talking about that. I guess if KD would he still be with the Warriors even if they won? But yeah,
you say no, I say yes.
I guess it's just a whole bunch of factors, but who knows? Who
really knows? I mean, the other thing is, if LeBron hadn't won, would he have left the Cavs already?
See, there's a lot of moving parts now.
Because I want to say that he's signed successive 2-year deals. Because I don't think he signed for all 4 years when he went back there. I think he signed a 2-year deal and then he renewed it after they won.
Right.
So
yeah, that's right.
If they had lost, would he be in Houston right now? Or
who's to say?
Probably not Philadelphia then because they were.
That was still the process. Sam Hinkie, trust the process. #
We're going to get to Sam Hinkie. Because we have actual real-life Sam Hinkie-related content.
Oh, no.
But anyway, it's interesting that one thunderous block that he had off the backboard really set in motion so many different things. that have kind of changed the face of the NBA as we know it.
The NBA.
This is a very NBA-centric episode, but that's okay.
I mean, that's what we really had right now.
That's where all of the most compelling storylines are right now, and I have a fervent, maybe not hatred, but I have a fervent distaste for discussing football in the football off. Like, my coworkers were, like, super excited to talk about the NFL schedule the day they released it, and I just couldn't imagine. Like, I don't know. I just get footballed out, dude, and I, like, really don't want to talk about football again until, like, September.
I can't talk about football unless there are actual games being played.
Yeah, I really don't want to, like... I don't like it being like a 24/7 thing when so much of football fandom, even during the season, is like actually just following the legal system.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna like talk about it because like I'll be like, hey, you see that guy in training camp? Because like if I fall in love with a player in training camp, next thing you know, he's gonna get cut before week 1 by Belichick.
Remember Amir Abdullah, who was the fantasy darling, and then he just did nothing.
Remember Jonas Gray?
Cordero Patterson, who is now a Patriot.
Oh my gosh, remember Jonas Gray? He got cut, I guess, because he, like, overslept his alarm, and now he's, like, out of the league, I think.
Gronus J.
Man. But yeah, let's go into this Colangelo.
Okay. So, the Ringer came forward, and they presented compelling evidence that up to 5 Twitter accounts are potentially linked to Bryan Colangelo. Now, it's important to clarify at this juncture that there is no definitive proof that he operated any of the accounts. One of them basically never tweeted anything, and that was the Phila12345 account or whatever. And that is the one that he actually admitted was his account. And it's a common practice for GMs to have basically a fake Twitter account that they use to monitor social media.
Oh, so that's normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
To monitor, the idea being they're official, they're a public figure. They can't really go around liking, random things on Twitter. There's probably like guidelines and stuff for how they're supposed to behave on social media. So the idea being that's kind of part of the job is to monitor what's in the news. Because public perception could affect the value of players on your team or any number of things. So that's not the part that is interesting or scandalous.
Scandalous.
And what's interesting about this is that they were tipped off to this because an anonymous tipster contacted the writer of this article. And this guy had run all kinds of crazy data algorithms that basically analyzed the online behavior of these accounts. And
so, in other words, that guy had, like, too much time on his hands?
Basically. But that he discovered that the behavior of these 5 accounts was, like, bizarrely similar to each other in a way that real people probably wouldn't be.
Okay.
And there were all sorts of... Again, I'm not going to read the whole article to you, but there were all kinds of really interesting tidbits, like things like one of the accounts that Colangelo swears is not his followed a really obscure guy who is not an NBA-related person. He was a business guy that Colangelo was in partnership with like 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen that article, yep.
You know what I mean? Like someone who's not NBA-affiliated at all. That's just someone that really probably only Bryan Colangelo would know or think to follow on social media.
Right.
So it's stuff like that. It's a whole lot of basically circumstantial evidence. So we don't really know if it's the case or not. But these accounts were doing things like criticizing 76ers players, calling, insulting Joel Embiid, Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor, Markelle Fultz, and very consistent and passionate in their defense of Bryan Colangelo against all criticism. I didn't know this. Apparently 76ers fans do not like Colangelo very much because they loved Sam Hinkie. They loved Sam Hinkie so much. And
trust the process.
Again, I just, it never, like, him drafting the good players never was the problem. It's that he just kept trading things for more future assets and kept developing a team like it's a math problem.
So so in other words, he basically told Danny Ainge to hold his beer.
Pretty much. But you know what? Danny Ainge did the thing, man. And he did things like draft weird, good... Like, Danny Ainge destroyed... And again, this is Colangelo. This is not Hinkie. But Danny Ainge destroyed Colangelo because he basically led everyone to believe that he wanted Markelle Fultz and then traded down from the number 1 pick to get the guy he really wanted. He artificially inflated the value of one player so that he could cash out the pick and get the player he really wanted. That's just that's like Belichick shit.
He got Tatum.
Yeah.
And Tatum just looks like he just fits with the Celtics.
And Tatum is a future, like, maybe not superstar, but like a future top 20 player in the NBA.
Do you think he'll be like a Kawhi Leonard?
He right now can play offense and defense.
Yeah.
Neither of which is good as Kawhi, but
I've heard comparisons on ESPN about he's like close. He's like compared more to like Leonard.
And his frame reminds me a lot. Obviously, he's not as tall as KD, but his frame reminds me a lot of what Kevin Durant looked like when he came into the league.
Yo,
it's
he was like tall and skinny, and now he done bulked up.
And it's like, he's got like 25 pounds of muscle.
Yo, I was looking at Steph Curry, and I was like, man, this dude done bulked up over the years. Yeah. Because he was like small and skinny.
Yeah. It's so funny because of like how baby-faced Curry is.
He goes the beard now.
Curry's older than me. He's 30 years old.
Yo, like, remember when he didn't have the beard? Now he has that beard.
Yeah.
Yo, remember he was like talking that smack to like LeBron James in overtime?
Wouldn't you? If you were hitting shots like that, holy crap, man. Anyway, I can't get enough of this story. The idea of a GM, a famous, important basketball man, like, insulting his own players on social media. And the other thing, the real problem is that these accounts potentially revealed confidential medical information about Sixers players.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
And I believe it was Okafor, because several of the accounts were insisting to 76ers writers over and over again that Okafor failed a physical, and that's why they couldn't trade him. So, like, that's potentially a violation of, like, HIPAA law.
Yeah, it is. That very much is, man.
So, like, I seriously doubt anyone will ever prove Colangelo was or was not connected to these accounts. But if they did, like, I mean, you would know better than me. He could go to jail for that, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's serious shit.
Even then, like, he right now, he's just still, he's seen as a rather kind of a jerk right now.
Yep.
I mean, like, and whether he's innocent or not, man, which I don't think he is, like, I mean, it sounds like so far-fetched that, like, it sounds so far-fetched, like, how would it not be true?
Yeah, it's just so bizarre, and, I mean, like, there's all sorts of theories going around that it's his wife or one of his kids or somebody else in his family, and I mean, you know, that's possible. A lot of this hinges on the other very suspicious piece of evidence that all of the accounts were almost immediately deactivated as soon as the writer told the 76ers about two of the accounts.
So in other words, that lets me know, like, something's being hidden.
So yeah, so the writer,
tracks are being covered.
So the writer was pretty sure about two of the accounts and kind of had suspicions about the other three.
Uh-huh.
So he went and said, "Hey, I've identified these two Twitter accounts that I think are connected to the GM. Do you guys have any comment?"
At least one was got a hit.
And then within an hour, all 5 accounts had been taken down. So
is that a coinky dink?
Draw your own conclusions, people. And I mean, go to the Ringer and read the story if you haven't already.
I mean, it makes me think of
if you've only just seen the memes, take the time, read the whole story. It's really interesting stuff about the new bizarre social media reality we live in, where like this is a thing, like this is literally a scandal that couldn't have happened 10 years ago. It's amazing
because we didn't have social media at the time.
Yeah. But anyway.
Also, our closest social media was like MySpace. Oh gosh. Oh man. Dang. That's interesting.
And like, people the age of Brian Colangelo wouldn't have had a MySpace, period.
You're right. That was like for us teenagers to like, you know, be teenagey and like, you know, be emo kids and stuff. Or just pimp out like our like profile pages. But I was gonna say like, that reeks of like him taking out on his accounts. That reeks of like people when they post something that they really think, and then it's like this uproar of comments. They're outraged by what they say, and then they claim they were hacked.
That's my favorite. Yeah. And obviously, this also brings to mind the Kevin Durant Twitter scandal from last year, where an account, and I forget how people identified and figured out that this account was his account, but basically, same thing. KD had some burner accounts that he was using to argue with people about how great KD is, and saying things like, you know, KD couldn't win because Russ was holding him back and the coach was holding him back and all this stuff. And then he accidentally tweeted that stuff from his real Twitter account. And so it was just Kevin Durant's account with however many millions of followers he has, tweeting back at some rando guy, being like, yeah, KD couldn't win because, you know, the coach sucked.
He pulled a J.R. Smith.
Basically.
He forgot to check the clock and the score.
Forgot to check what account. And it's unfortunate because that scandal happened. It's probably not fair to call it a scandal, but that gaffe happened before we had a podcast, so we didn't really get to talk about it when it was in the news.
Oh man!
But that's maybe my second favorite thing that's ever happened. I mean,
my third favorite is like the Manti Te'o story.
Oh yeah, I guess that was the original version of all of these. But also Draymond Green's dick pic.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
He accidentally just tweeted a photo of his penis.
How do you accidentally do that?
He thought it was a DM. He thought he was DMing someone a dick pic, and then he just tweeted a photo of his dick.
Like DM, like private message?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Was he DMing like a lady friend or something? Because that would be weird if it was like one of his friends. Like.
July 31st, 2016.
So yeah.
Anyways.
Colangelo is a jerk.
Anyway, yeah. It's, man, I can't get enough of this story. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite things that's happened this year.
It makes me think of like a soap opera, like Bold and the Beautiful.
It really is. So, like today, or a few days ago, the 76ers announced that they're like hiring a firm to investigate Colangelo and the Twitter accounts to figure out if he's connected to them or not. So, like, this is legit serious business, and it is like a significantly real possibility that he does not survive this, that he gets fired.
Are we talking about like United States serious, or are we talking about Russia serious? Like Russian spy serious?
I mean, in like the much smaller context of the sports world, this might end up being kind of similar to that. Except, obviously, I'm sure Brian Colangelo isn't going to come out and claim that he is the commissioner of the NBA, which is basically what the president is doing right now. But,
man,
I am Adam Silver, therefore I can pardon myself.
Can I tell you like a quick story before we end? Like,
sure.
Now this happened on the basketball court. I was like at the Y, and we're actually playing a game. I think it was like 3-on-3, 4-on-4, whatever. and like I guess the girl was the point guard, whatever. And I'm just playing defense. I'm just playing regular defense, nothing inappropriate, nothing like that. And I guess like she didn't want me to steal the ball, whatever. And I guess like my defense was annoying. I guess I was just playing good defense. And then she pulled the ball away and she like slapped me right in the face, and I fell down.
Damn, dude!
It sting like hell.
But like, why? Just because you were playing defense?
Yes! I don't know. Like, all I remember, I think I was like maybe 11 or 12 at the time. That was a long time ago. But it's like, you never forget your first. Like, that can apply to you just getting the crap slapped out of you in your face. You don't know what pain feels like. Like, you don't know what annoying pain feels like when someone just, like, out of the blue slaps you in the face.
God.
I was thinking about that on the drive here, like, earlier today. I was like, man, I need to talk about that time I got slapped in the face.
Dang. I was expecting this would be like a situation like where LeBron got poked in the eye, where there was like a hard drive to the basket or something, but no, she just got pissed at you for playing defense and went wham!
Yes!
Damn, dude.
Let's just say that stopped me like in my tracks for a second. I actually fell down and I think my eyes were kind of tearing up a little bit because I'm like trying to figure out what the heck happened.
Now, obviously, if that happens in playoff NBA basketball, that's a Tech 1, right?
Yeah, but like in
or not a Tech 1. I'm sorry, a flagrant 1.
Yeah, but like but when you're in the Y, when you're playing basketball in the Y, like just like recreational basketball, yeah, anything goes.
Can you call technical fouls out on the playground?
No, you can't. You cannot.
No, I'm trying to think about... Now, I remember one time I had this weird habit where I would, when I was coming out of the front of Founders Hall, I would jump down the stairs outside. I don't know why. I just thought it was fun.
I think I actually did that before. That's fun.
And I remember this was like at night one time, and I like came bursting out of those doors, and I jumped down the stairs, and I like jumped past this girl. And now I don't even think I almost crashed into her.
I was going to say you jumped on a Goomba.
Maybe it was like uncomfortably close or something, but she like yelled at me. She was like, "Fuck." Or something like, "Be careful, fucker." She said something fucker to me. And the moment was like here and gone before I even realized what happened.
Ooh, wow, man.
But I felt bad because I was just like... It's like, when you're like a kid and you like do a stupid thing and you don't know why.
Man.
You just do.
Man, I'd rather be called a fuck and just get the shit slapped out of the for no reason.
Well, I will say, because I don't think we've actually done this in a while, you should follow us on Twitter.
Woohoo!
Our Twitter is, I believe, I have to actually look because I can't remember. Our Twitter is
I don't remember
at DVD Sports Show with 2 S's.
The 2 S's.
And our email, you should also email us topic ideas, things you'd like to say. You could email us weird pictures of things. I don't know. We will also accept pictures of your dogs or cats. We like that. But email us at dvdcastpod@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah.
dvdcastpod@gmail.com.
Wait, so was that my cue for something?
I wanted you to also say it.
Oh, okay. Let's do it again.
Email
us.
All right. Like, hold on. Zen.
Wait. Phil Jackson's in this?
Oh, crap. No. No, I can't have his old man takes.
Without the mellow
He's going to start talking about LeBron's posse.
No, I thought he was going to talk about Carmelo again.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm calm. I'm one with the pen. You should email us at
right?
You should email us at dvdcastpod@gmail.com.
DVD. Wait, you want me to say that again?
I was thinking of it more of a call and response, but you know what? That's fine. We got it in the can. It's all good. Hey, buddy.
I mean, I was like, what should I just tell him? Like, hey, just email us. Yeah, just email us with that dvdcastpod@gmail.com. So like, I don't really use it. So that's why it's like, oh, okay. Like sometimes I forget we have like a Gmail account. But
one thing I will say also really quickly is if you are a non iPhone user, the only platforms we are on currently, we're on SoundCloud, obviously. That's where this show was originally hosted. And we're on iTunes.
Yep.
If you are a non-iPhone user and you're maybe following the show on SoundCloud and being like, what the hell are these guys doing? And you would like to see us on a podcast platform other than iTunes, email us or tweet at us. Let us know that. Yep. If there is even one person who is interested in seeing us on another platform, I will put in the time and research to figure it out.
Bro, YouTube.
Oh, we're on YouTube also.
Yeah, we can throw it on episode on YouTube, and I can like create like a Twitch channel. We can throw those on there because you can throw videos.
Oh, okay, yeah. Would you mind doing that? Actually,
I can do Twitch. I like Twitch because I'm like on Twitch like every day anyway. I fall asleep to Twitch. I really do. Hey guys, we thank you for coming out once again. Are now 5 listeners, I think now, so that'd be cool.
We have some number of listeners that is a non-zero number,
or at least subscribers. So that's something.
To be honest, that number is quite enough for me.
It is.
You all make it quite worth it.
You complete me. Anyway, we're just glad that you're able to join us. You know, listening to our knowledge and our hijinks.
It's mostly hijinks. Let's
mostly
be honest.
Hijinks. I mean, like, I honestly think we're like the sports podcasts. We are like the Seinfeld version of sports podcast. It's the show about nothing. Like, if no one has trademarked that, I want to work on trademarking that.
On the analysis to entertainment scale, we're definitely about 98% entertainment and 2% analysis.
Exactly.
But that's the fun part.
Like, we don't have degrees in journalism and all that stuff to be able to be taken seriously as analysts, or we haven't actually we're not former players of the game.
Exactly.
So
we I love that at the beginning when we started doing this, I was so convinced that we had to have a hook and a premise, and the premise was going to be we're sports fans talking about the experience of being sports fans. We've just never done that.
Well, we're sports fans. We still talk about that. People know we're Patriot fans and all, and hey.
Point being, the premise doesn't really matter because the content is you and I are the content.
We are the content.
We are the world.
We are the children. But we really appreciate the support, you guys. We enjoy doing this. Whether we had an audience of 0 or 1 or 10,000, we do this because we really. This is a way of us just reconnecting. What me and Dan reconnect with. Because we have hectic lives of work and adult responsibilities, but we just let you know we like doing what we do, and we just sharing this stuff with you. And if you guys like what we do, we're gonna keep doing it. If you don't like what we do, we're still going to keep doing it because we own this. So,
that's a fair point. There really isn't anything you can do about whether or not we keep doing this show.
But either way, the hits are going to keep on coming, though. So I'm just glad to be here another day and just being able to do this with my buddy right here, Dan with the AN, and
always appreciate it, man.
So, hopefully, we keep doing this as long as we can. So,
thank you all for listening. It has been a pleasure as always. I wish I could hug all of you.
Yes.
Or no, I fucked up. I wish I could just hug you all, but I'm not going to.
But someday he will.
If I were an aspiring politician, I would.
But and also one more thing too. And I'm just speaking on experience too. Like, been through some tough stuff lately. I just want to say for everyone listening is, no matter how hard things get, I always think about like the serenity prayer. You believe in prayer. If you don't believe in prayer, I'm just gonna put in regardless. I'm just gonna put in the premise of, don't over stress about the things that you can't control, because it's just gonna frustrate you and make you even more bitter and take you out of your element. And focus more on the stuff that you can control, and just going on from there, and then focus on being better people from there. Because there's gonna be a lot of obstacles in this world that will try to take you out of character, or try to turn you to something that you're not, or just try to cut you down. But the key thing is to have ice water in your veins and just keep striving forward to your goals and reaching your dreams, because you're gonna have a bunch of obstacles, and what's gonna truly test your character is how you deal with those said obstacles. So I just say, for everyone listening, don't let the stresses of things out of your control literally control you, and just focus on the task at hand and reach greater heights, because you all deserve it.
Well said, my friend. A very wise person once said to me, I'm paraphrasing, but that if the day is over and you're still here, that means you won. I think that's the end, isn't it?
I guess. And on that note, guys, D, 2 E's.
Damn with an A-N.
And we're signing off, and we will see you next time. You got him like a cat scratcher?
He's got a cat scratcher. He just knows that if he destroys something, I'll wake up and feed him. It's pretty simple, actually.
Joe, is he Pavlov dogging you or something?
I think that's what it is. I think he's conditioning me because I like having possessions.
He owns you.